Thank you for joining us for the meeting of the Cloverdale City Council. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:04. Before we get started, on the podium there's some paper agendas. If anyone wants to have a copy in paper, you can pick it up if you'd like. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Let the record reflect, Councilmember Morgenstern is absent tonight. Everyone else is present. Does anyone have any conflict of interest declarations? None. Seeing none, are there any changes or deletions to the agenda?
No changes, Mayor.
Thank you. We'll move into public comments. Any person wishing to speak in person on an item not listed on the agenda may do so at this time. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the City Council is not allowed to consider issues or take action on any item not listed on the agenda. 3 minutes are typically allotted to each speaker. Do we have anyone in the audience who would like to make a public comment on any item that is not on our agenda? Seeing none, we'll move forward. Tonight, I'd like to welcome our new student liaison to give our student liaison report. Before you start your report, I would ask that you would introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, please.
Hello, my name is Valeria Anguiano, and I am the student liaison this year and hope to be next year. I'll get started with my report. Bring it a little closer to you. Some current events at Cloverdale High School are fall sports. They're in full swing. The current team sports in session are girls volleyball, cross country, and co-ed, boys JV and varsity football, and girls cheerleading. Homecoming games on Friday, October 17th. The varsity football game will take place at Cloverdale High School football field at 7 p.m. Homecoming day on Saturday, October 18th at 6 p.m. at Cloverdale High School gym. Academics. Friday, September 19th is the last day before the first progress report period of the year. Student body activities. The student club fair for Cloverdale High School students will be happening September 17th and 18th. This will give students the opportunity to learn about different clubs. This will give different clubs they can join, such as LGBTQ club, Latino club, Key club, FFA club, and community service opportunities. Student Key club members will be supporting the Vineyard Race on Sunday, October 19th. Community events. The Cloverdale High School counselor informed the students about Connection is Prevention event happening Friday, September 19th at Cloverdale Plaza. This community gathering provides opportunities for community members and service providers to celebrate connection, have fun, and raise awareness about suicide prevention and mental wellness. Student concerns. Social media and mental well-being. Many students have expressed growing concern about the negative effects of social media, particularly anonymous posts and online bullying. These issues contribute to increased anxiety and can make students feel less safe at school. It would be viable to promote greater awareness among students and caregivers about education around the impact of social media on mental health, as well as encourage healthy online to better support student well-being. That's pretty much it on my report.
Great report, thank you. Questions or comments? I have a question for you. Any idea how many days a week your school counselor is available to you guys?
She's available 24/7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad I got there. Thank you so much for that.
I want to thank you too. That report was very easy to follow, well written, and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Nice job.
Okay, we'll move into proclamations. D1, National Hispanic Heritage Month. Vice Mayor?
Okay, a proclamation of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale proclaiming September 15th, 2025 through October 15th, 2025 as National Hispanic Heritage Month. Whereas Hispanic Heritage Month began as a commemorative week when it was first introduced in June of 1968 by California Congressman George E. Brown. The push to recognize the contributions of the Latino community had gained momentum throughout the 1960s when the civil rights movement was at its peak and there was a growing awareness of the United States' multicultural identities. And whereas in 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson first recognized Hispanic Heritage Week, later this was expanded to 1 month. And each successive president has continued this tradition, declaring September 15 through October 15th to be National Hispanic Heritage Month. And whereas President Biden issued a proclamation on September 13th, 2024, declaring National Hispanic Heritage Month to honor and celebrate the culture, history, and contributions of the Latino community. Whereas Governor Newsom issued a proclamation on September 15th, 2024, declaring September 15th to October 15th, 2024 as Latino Heritage Month in the state of California. And whereas Sonoma County has a long history of welcoming immigrants and is home to growing multi-ethnic and multicultural Latino populations. And whereas the diverse Latino population of the county of Sonoma makes a significant economic contribution and has many profound positive influences on our community through strong commitment to faith, family, education, hard work, vibrant culture, and service. And whereas for over the past decade, Sonoma County Latino organizations and businesses have continued to foster the culture and traditions to our communities by being active community members and focusing on the areas of education, health, wellness, and the local economy. And whereas the City Council of the City of Cloverdale is in deep appreciation of the diverse Latino population of our community and urge all citizens to join us during Latino Heritage Month in celebrating these extraordinary communities and their role in our country. Now, therefore, it be proclaimed that Todd Lands, Mayor, does hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th, 2025 as Latino Heritage Month in the City of Cloverdale. So ordered, September 24th, 2025, signed by Mayor Todd Lands.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Comments?
Yes. Maybe I read my comment after the reception of the proclamation.
Well, I'm hoping after that we can do pictures and things. So
Okay. Well, I'm very proud to recognize Gris Soto Alonso for the work that she does every single day for the city of Cloverdale. She leads by assembling Latino cultural events at the Citrus Fair, giving a voice, a sense of pride, and the opportunity for all our community to learn and build fellowship with their neighbors. Gris is continuing the tradition which was started by her mother, Senora Griselda Alonso, in facilitating the Cloverdale Ballet Folklorico Lagado de Mi Alegría dance group who participate in all of Cloverdale's major events and parades. On top of all that, as the owner of Empower Dance and Fitness, she's inspiring health and wellness. I'd like to thank her for doing all the work that she does to build representation for Latinos in Cloverdale. It's absolutely necessary to help our city reach its full potential. For those who have not yet attended a Latino Heritage Festival, I urge you to attend. It was a great turnout last week. Latinos make up 40% of Cloverdale's population and 2/3 of our students. Despite active participation of Latin Americans in Cloverdale community, schools, economic sectors, and political leadership, Latin Americans remain underrepresented, underserved in our community. We cannot just accept that the civil rights movement has peaked when Latinos in Sonoma County still face discrimination, emboldened rhetoric, and exclusion. Moving forward, I see an opportunity across our community to take a step out of our comfort zones and learn about each other. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the Cloverdale Arts Alliance for their inclusivity in Spanish language bands during the Friday Night Live summer series. That I appreciate that they've taken the action to bring our whole community together. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I want to start by saying this is the greatest turnout we've seen in a long time for something positive. Usually when our room fills up with people, it's because they have something that they want to be mad at us about or talk to us about, and this is incredible. Like Councilmember said, you're over a third of our population is Hispanic and over 64% of the school is Hispanic. It is a huge population in Cloverdale, and it represents our entire community, and we want to make sure that everyone knows that that's who we are, and we want to continue to push to get the message out and show that Cloverdale supports, represents, and is very inclusive here. So looking at the people in the audience, you guys are amazingly beautiful outfits, and thank you for dressing up. Tonight, since Grease Alonso could not be here, unfortunately, to receive this award, I would like to ask Senor Griselda Alonso to come up, please.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Griselda Alonso y soy mamá de Grismel Alonso.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Griselda Alonso. I am Grismel's mom.
Me da mucho orgullo estar en este momento para recibir el reconocimiento que le hacen a mi hija y me gustaría también que escucharan lo que ella escribió para todos ustedes. Lamentablemente ella no pudo estar aquí.
I am very honored tonight to be here and to thank everybody for the recognition that you guys give my daughter. Unfortunately, she was not able to be here tonight. And I would love for you guys to hear some words that she had for you guys tonight.
Good evening, everyone. And my name is David Garcia. I will be speaking on behalf of Grismel Alonso. These are her words. Like her mother mentioned, she was not able to be here tonight, but she wants to thank the mayor and the council for this proclamation and for the recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month. It really means a lot to her for celebrating the culture and the contributes of our Hispanic community. Again, her words, I've been very proud to call Cloverdale my home for over 23 years. And in the time I've been blessed to share our traditions through Ballet Folclórico Legado de Mi Alegría, and by helping creating an event that connects people to our heritage. I also feel deeply honored to carry forward the work my mother, Griselda Alonso, has started for more than over 20 years, and with contributing support of our community members, myself, David Garcia, and Ivan Olivera. The recognition is not just mine, it belongs to all of us here who come together to keep the culture alive, to celebrate with pride, joy, and unity. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the words. Please tell Greece thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, could we all take a picture together with you guys? Probably out in the lobby, make it a little easier. Okay.
I think that we need to start requiring the city attorney.
Make it back?
All right.
The next time you have to come out and take a picture with us, you're part of
Yeah, you're supposed to. What are you doing?
That's the one scapegoat you have, and never again.
No more free passes.
Always waiting on Andreas. Always waiting on Andreas.
That cleared the house. Yeah. We're good. We're good.
All right, everybody, we'll move into the next item. The next item is D2, Pollution Prevention Week and Creek Week. On you. Yes, sir.
Proclamation of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale proclaiming the week of September 15th to the 21st, 2025 is Pollution Prevention Week, and September 22nd to the 28th, 2025 is Creek Week in the Russian River watershed. Whereas throughout the United States of America, the week starting on the third Monday of September is recognized as National Pollution Prevention Week. And whereas throughout much of California, including the Russian River watershed, cities, counties, and other stewardship organizations are recognizing the fourth week of September as Creek Week. And whereas our pollution prevention practices are intrinsically linked to the health of our watershed, lands, and waterways. And whereas the nearly 1,500 square miles of lands, 150 creeks, and approximately 350,000 residents of the Russian River watershed are connected and mutually support each other. And whereas the City of Cloverdale supports programs to reduce pollution, increase the environmental quality of our watershed, and provide our communities with the knowledge to be effective stewards of the Russian River watershed lands and waterways. And whereas pollution in the form of trash and debris, chemicals from industry and everyday living, and sediment from construction, and many land uses and activities all have the potential to degrade the quality of life and the quality of resources within the Russian River watershed. And whereas the Russian River, along with its tributaries and associated features, are important resources to the people of Sonoma County. And whereas the City of Cloverdale strives to protect our lands and waterways through ongoing pollution prevention outreach, which aims to raise awareness of the harmful effects of pollutants to our natural systems. And whereas during Pollution Prevention Week and Creek Week, river and ocean cleanup campaigns will take place throughout Sonoma and Mendocino County and the City of Cloverdale. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the City Council of the City of Cloverdale proclaims that September 15th through the 21st, 2025 is Pollution Prevention Week, and September 22nd through 28th, 2025 is Creek Week in the Russian River watershed, and ask all members of our community to support efforts to protect and enrich our watershed health by participating in the many Pollution Prevention Week, Creek Week activities, and to take active steps to reduce pollution and care for our environment throughout the year. So ordered, September 24th, 2025, Mayor Todd Lands.
Thank you, Councilmember. Comments?
Well, I guess I'll thank Michael Thompson early. Just appreciate the work that you do with the Russian River Confluence, bringing a lot of stakeholders and conservationists and city officials together to find collaborative efforts to better our Russian River watershed. Appreciate the work.
Thank you very much. And I also want to thank one of our local staff, Hector Galvan. He is there every year. It's on a Saturday, and I think they mentioned this year that they filled a 40-yard dumpster in the time that they were down there. And it's sad that it's easy to do, but they do it every year. So that's how much stuff is getting thrown into the river or floats down the river. So it's a big job to take care of. And, 1 week, 1 month, I don't think is enough. I think if we all do our part, we can keep a lot of that stuff out of there. But it's an ongoing battle. But thank you guys very much for what you do.
I'm just going to say the same thing. I'm going to echo these comments. Thank you. We spend a lot of time talking about water. I've spent decades in this river, whether it was camping, fishing, swimming, four-wheeling and riding motorcycles when you could. Lots of things have gone on, but we've abused it as humans, and it is nice to have people trying to give back, get it back to where it's supposed to be. The in-stream maintenance that you guys do and that we do at the county and the state and everyone really makes a difference, and it keeps our watershed clean, and it keeps our drinking water cleaner than it normally would be if we didn't do this. In times like this, we know that water is precious, and the comment out there now is whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting, and we're seeing that firsthand. So it's people like you that make a huge difference, and so right now I want to introduce Michael Thompson from the Russian River Confluence. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor Lands and members of the council. I'm Mike Thompson with the Russian River Confluence. I formerly was with the Sonoma County Water Agency for 30 years, but while I was with the Sonoma County Water Agency, I was one of a group of 10 to 15 people throughout the watershed that tried to kind of keep this effort called the Russian River Confluence alive. And this started in 2016 as kind of a vision of some river environmental advocates and our supervisor, James Gore, with a float down the river. And I don't know if any of you were on that float. So many people I've met actually were on this 3-day float down the river. And they had this idea for this thing called the Russian River Confluence as a way to bring together diverse stakeholders and have a venue where people could talk. And to address issues, and with the idea to regenerate and improve the health and protect the health of the Russian River watershed. And as I said, it's started in 2016. There's been this group of us who kind of kept it alive, and then about a year ago, a nonprofit named Conservation Works agreed to make it a program of their own, and really a lot changed at that point. One of the things that it never had before was actual staff funding, or actual staff. There was a group of us that all tried to keep it going, but Conservation Works, they hired a California Climate Action Corps fellow, and they got a small grant and hired me, and we've been working on it. It's the first time it's had staff to advance it. And so one of the things that T.J. Vanderyacht, a nice young fellow who is my partner on this, we kind of saw two things for the confluence, both I'd call it a human health and an environmental health. And on the human health side, there's obviously a healthy environment is good for humans, but we feel it's more than that. It's so much we see, and there's been studies showing about the level of social disconnection that we face. And but really wanted to find a way to bring people together just to build relationships between each other. And for me, in my time working with the water agency, the relationships I built were priceless. And I'll kind of give one example that saved part of your infrastructure. And this was about 20 years ago. During heavy rains, the levee protecting your wastewater treatment plant was collapsing. Your city engineer at the time was a consultant by the name of John Wanger, who had been a friend of mine for 20 years. And so he made a call to me. We came up and we immediately got Gelati hauling in tons and tons of riprap to save the levee. It was collapsing right in front of us. And it's those type of relationships that, like I said, I've valued over my time. And I wanted to, and it's important to me and conservation works, to start to build those relationships with the next generation of people who are working and caring for the watershed. So it's a big part of it is developing those relationships, and in doing that and feeling more connected to your community, feeling more connected to each other, it actually improves your health. And so that's a big part of what we're doing. We started in earnest working on this is by making it personal. We've conducted now 25 one-on-one interviews with organizations throughout the watershed, so we get to hear their stories as opposed to having a big room where, it's hard to really hear people. And so really wanted to hear the stories, the successes. We're working to set up a one-on-one meeting right now with your city. We're looking forward to doing that. And in doing so, what we're hoping and what we've heard is there's this desire we hear in the watershed to be working more together, not to be so siloed, not to be in these our own bubbles, which it's just habit to get to. We had last month we held a convening in Geyserville to bring people together. We had 35 organizations, 54 people, and kind of talked about the findings of what we had learned through our travels throughout the watershed, starting with tribes, with cities, with special districts, with nonprofits, and we're still have more to go. But with the learnings we've had from this listening tour, and we presented that, and what we've heard from that is that there's a desire to have someone kind of hold all of, what's going on in the watershed. No one really knows, and they'd like to have somewhere where that's held. And so we're looking to try to do that. We're going to continue doing one-on-one meetings. We think that's important to maintain and build relationships. We're working right now to develop what we call a collaborative governance structure to help us have a structure to work and discipline to work together. And really one of the biggest, I think, assets we can do is actually just build trust within our organization that we're starting and working and developing, and between the people that work in the watershed, because you've probably heard the term, things move at the speed of trust. And so that's a big part of what we're doing. And so I want to thank you all again for recognizing this as Creek Week, the putting a highlight on this, I actually managed the Sonoma County Water Agency's stream maintenance program for 25 years. I actually grew up on Santa Rosa Creek. So I've watched it go from a creek to a flood control channel and now to a more something with balanced habitat. So I spend a lot of time in the creeks, and I really appreciate removing the 40 tons of things. Even if it's just once a year, you're doing it. And it makes a big difference both in the health of these rivers and also bringing people together. So I want to thank the city of Cloverdale for all the work you do in doing that, and for recognizing Creek Week. Thank you.
Anyone else with anything? You mind if we take a photo with you?
Sure.
Thank you.
I don't think we have to go out in the lobby for it, though, do we? No. I think, yeah.
Did you bring that kind of crowd?
I didn't.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Hector. Yeah. So I opened up so people can see it. Is that Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be in contact.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, me too. Thank you, Anders. And we'll try Wednesday. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now the meat
Like a
table.
ninja.
Steve, get the thing. All right. We'll move on to our next item. Is E1, the oath of office ceremony recipient, Police Officer Alex Segoviano.
We kid. We
He said,
kid.
sit down, rookie.
Out of my way. So number one, we're glad to have Alex. So he started the process back in May. We had an overwhelming application base. He came out number one. We had to turn people away pretty much. Went through the background process, and he just started. He's in the second phase of field training now. As you know, you probably recognize some of the faces in the crowd here. So I'll give you a quick bio of Alex and where he came from. And so he grew up in Cloverdale, attended all three local schools, Jefferson, Washington, Cloverdale High School. He was active in both football and basketball. He graduated and continued education for Santa Rosa Junior College, earned his associate's degree in criminal justice with a future goal of pursuing a bachelor's degree. In his free time, Alex enjoys staying active through engaging in health, fitness, and related activities, and spending quality time with his family. His father, Rudy Segoviano, if I don't mention it, he's going to be mad, is a former retired sergeant with the Cloverdale Police Department. His grandfather, Joe Paula, who is here today, is a former police chief of Cloverdale and former council member for many years and former mayor. Today, we are honored to have him here on our team, to have the opportunity, he says he is honored to have the opportunity to begin his law enforcement career in the community in which he was raised. It's always been the Cloverdale way. He looks forward to serving the city of Cloverdale, engaging with the residents and helping all of those in need. He was at our National Night Out event where I won the Reb Off Award. just so you know, I'm just saying.
It was stacked. That was stacked.
He was helping out at that event. You might have seen him there. But we're pleased to have him. He's doing great in his training program. We couldn't have a better candidate. So that's Alex Segoviano. Now we'll swear him in. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Rudy Alexander Segoviano,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution
and allegiance to the Constitution
of the State of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution State of California,
and the Constitution State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations. He's going to, nice show. He's going to invite someone down to come and pin his badge. Oh, he'd be upset if he didn't ask.
I have no choice.
You haven't done it in a while, so I don't know. You want to say something?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to.
I just found out in the lobby I had to say something, so I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm very excited and honored to have this opportunity to serve the city of Cloverdale. It's been a long-term goal of mine, and again, I'm very excited to be here. I could have done it without the support of my family, all 20 of them that are here, and I look forward to engaging with the members of this community throughout the rest of my law enforcement career. Thank you.
Congratulations, Officer Segoviano. And Congratulations to my neighbor Rudy. I think it's so cool to have the opportunity to put the badge on your son. That's very cool.
Welcome to the team, Alex. Look forward to working with you.
Look forward to seeing you out and about in town and not in my rearview mirror. Congratulations.
Hey, Alex, you mentioned your 20 family members here. You just added about 13 more. So your family grew real big today. And congratulations. You have some big shoes to fill all the way up to the chief. So let's see what you're made of. You're not getting out of here that easy. I want your whole family and everybody here for him to take a picture if you guys don't mind. Everyone. Wherever you guys want to go, but we're taking a picture and everyone's in it.
That part's always been good stuff. Consent calendar, those items, all of these items.
All right, we'll move on to the consent calendar. All items under the consent calendar will be considered together by one action of the City Council unless any council member or member of the public requests that an item be removed and considered separately. Are there any items that anyone would like to pull?
Nope.
Hearing none. Anyone in the audience would like to pull any items? Hearing none. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve consent.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 4-0 with one absent. Public hearings. G1, consider adopting a mitigated negative declaration and mitigation monitoring and reporting program in connection with the open space easement for the Soda Springs Ranch Open Space Preserve.
Hey, Mike, can you let Mary?
Thank you for coming. It's too easy for you.
There's a presentation too. So I'm happy that this is moving forward. This is our environmental document for the Soda Springs. This was just as an aside, the county pays for all of this as part of the donation of the land. So we have Mary Bean from First Carbon, who's our environmental consultant who completed the CEQA document, and she's going to run through a real quick PowerPoint presentation. And we're asking the council to consider a resolution adopting the mitigated neg deck. And once that's completed, we can start work. We have to notice it at the county, but then after that, Hector's already got contractors lined up to start the work. So we're hopeful that we can get it open by the end of the year. So Mary, do you want to walk us through the presentation? Can you hear us?
Apparently muted herself.
Hey, Mary, I think you're muted.
She just lost audio connection. Both these icons are on her side. They're not something I can adjust or change. Kind of like how you can see next to these how we have microphones. That symbolizes that they have an audio connection on their end. We're not seeing one for Mary.
Well, let's just go through it. I can probably do this.
Council, just so you're aware, it's because of the technical issue we're having. We can either have the presentation out there for the public or on this screen.
There she is.
But I'm saying you only have that's the options for displaying the presentation.
Let's have it for the audience instead of us.
It is available on your iPads. You can click on the link.
And I see she's here, but she's still muted.
Yeah, Mary, it's showing that you have your phone on mute. Now it's off. All right. So now we can't hear. AV text, Michael. I think that's the volume over there. You might have to
Hang on one sec, Mary.
turn it up for us.
Mary, give it a try. Say hi.
Yep.
Oh, barely. All the way up.
We got you.
That's on our side. But go ahead. We can hear you.
We're on the first slide. So, Mike, why don't you go to the second slide?
Try to share it. 1 second. She'll be able to see it. She should see it once I'm sharing.
What attachment is that, Mike?
It's the last attachment of the public hearing item. All the settings are changed in here. I'm on a scroll.
Funding from Sonoma County Ag and Open Space District. Next slide. That includes a number of vegetation removal and maintenance. I show the map, so you can see the fences, those are the areas that are going to be the orange trails are ones that are going to be closed. The yellow trails are new trails that are going to be created. And ranch roads just to clear out brush along the sides, make things easier to access and public. We're also going to remove an old open wall shed, a couple of concrete pillars that are shown there in the so next slide. As a trail improvement project, this during construction will be air quality and dust at a minimal level. You do, of course, have a number of biological resources, both plants and animals, potentially. So we're doing some pre-construction surveys just to ensure that things are cleared and ready for Hector and his team to move forward. We are going to be doing some construction contractor training. So in the case of inadvertent natural resources, tribal resources, or paleontological resources, people will know how to recognize those and take appropriate action. And then the city will also implement hazard materials plan, and that's really just for any kind of soils that are going to be removed to ensure that the roadways are protected. But implementation of these measures would reduce all impacts to a less than significant level. To the next slide. So those are the measures we're doing a bunch of surveys. There are already species out there. These are animal species. Plant species. There are some indications that they might be able to exist in certain parts of the park. So Hector and his team are aware of which areas we're going to leave untouched until next spring, and we can do those surveys. Natural resource geo use training is also contractors will ensure that any of those resources are protected if they are indeed found during construction. Tonight, we're here to recommend approval of the initial study and approval of the project.
So most of the trails will be completed before the year is out, but there's a small section of trail that they need to do the biological inventory, which they're going to be starting soon. So it shouldn't, it won't hamper the opening as soon as possible. It just won't be 100% there, but it'll be almost 100%, about 95%. Is that right, Mary?
That's correct. There's a small section of trail that the year, so the state requires you to that trail open as well.
Thank you, Mary. Questions or concerns or comments from anyone? This is really loud now. With an echo. Yeah, thank you. This is an exciting step forward. We've been working on this for about 4 years now. I am really excited to get this thing open, probably as excited as anyone else in this community. We've been working really hard, and I'm looking forward to this resolution passing and us getting 200 acres of open space to enjoy for our community. So because you weren't here, I'll explain. Above the city park, if you keep going with the street, that whole hillside, the city bought it with the county, and we're turning it into hiking and biking trails and things like that for everyone. So hopefully, I'm hoping that like the school will be able to use it for cross country and things like that for practices, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting for everyone. Do you have any questions or comments or anything? Well, if this passes tonight, they'll get on it right away, and we're hoping to have it open around the end of November, or at least by the end of the year. So there's no other comments up here. Anyone in the audience with any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll bring it back. If there's nothing else, does anyone want to make a
Yep. I'd like to move to adopt a resolution to adopt a mitigated negative declaration and mitigation monitoring and reporting program in connection with the open space easement for the Soda Springs Ranch Open Space Preserve.
I need you to read the rest of that if you don't mind. I'm sorry, it has to be for the record.
I move to adopt a resolution entitled, "A Resolution of the City of Cloverdale, City Council Adopting a Mitigated Negative Declaration and Mitigation Monitoring and Reporting Program, MMRP, in connection with the open space easement for the Soda Springs Ranch Open Space Preserve located at 180 Foothill Boulevard, APNs 115-220-006, 115-220 space 007, and 115-220-019.
Thank you, sir. A second on that?
Second.
I can do it all in favor. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion pass, a resolution passes 4-0 with Councilmember Morgenstern absent. And if you don't mind, we need to fix that on this agenda report. There's a comma instead of a dash, just for the record.
Which part?
On the reso.
On the reso.
APN numbers.
On the 115-220-007, it has a comma
dash.
versus a dash.
And then just to verify, because I was trying to fix something. Did we open it up to the public?
We did.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, thank
Being
you.
a public hearing, I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Mary, if you're still there, thank you so much. I can't say thank you enough for all the help you guys are doing, and I look forward to this going forward. Anyone else have anything? All right, good. Moving into, where are we at? New business, H1, consider adopting the Cloverdale Citizen Recognition Program.
Yeah, that's my item. So we decided to bring this back to council just for official consideration. Prior, we were just looking for, sorry, I don't have this up, a bit of direction. And this time we just wanted to formally adopt this as a program. As you can see, attachment 1 actually has the program itself in it. I'm trying to open it myself. We've basically tried to capture, sorry, the tech on this computer is not working either. One second. I want to show you this really quick. Just give me a second. Mostly staff. Well, it is in your packet, and I have it up here for anybody who wants to see it. The purpose basically shows council members with it have the opportunity to publicly recognize residents, organizations, or groups. We go over the objectives, the program structure, and the primary change that we made, because we couldn't quite seem to get consensus, was the recognition itself. We decided that the city would like to give a city-issued certificate of appreciation, which will be presented during a council meeting. And then the honoree will have a photo similar to the way we do with proclamations currently. They'll be featured in our city social media, newsletter, et cetera. And then the recognition that we'd give on top of that is anything would be at your discretion, not to exceed $50. We looked at our budget, and we do have it in your guys' finances, as you would say, that we can allot about $250 a year, because there's 5 of you. And you can use it at your will. If you'd like, we can do either Visa cards and give that to them. You can get gift cards to different restaurants or whatever, but it's up to you as a council member to decide what your recipient would appreciate. Like for example, Councilmember Morgenstern's not here. She really liked the idea of those little keys. If that's something that when she selects somebody, she'd be able to get that on top of whatever else, not to exceed $50, at least not to exceed any more than $50 that the city will reimburse you for. Anything additional, you're always welcome to, but that would be at the council member's discretion and on their dime. So that's really it, was the recognition portion. Everything else we covered. We just couldn't find consensus on the recognition. So we're looking for you to either adopt it or amend or we can do an adoption with your amendment tonight. It's not a resolution, it's more of an internal policy, but it's providing official direction.
The other thing was the order, Mike, because I think Councilmember Lasky had somebody.
Oh, correct. We were looking at doing, and I think I put that in here, under the program structure, under frequency, each council member will get an honoree per calendar year. And then there's flexibility as far as, I can't read it from here, but basically the rotations on there. We wanted you to have a 2-month, so like, for example, if we wanted to have Councilmember Lasky, who has somebody in the next couple months, he would have that September, October range for this year. We're not doing one in November, December, only because we have limited council meetings due to holidays. And because there's only 5 of you, obviously we can only accommodate that for 10 months to make it fair. The next one would be in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. And based on this structure, it's something that the council members, we'll, as staff, remind you like, hey, it's, Councilmember Marquez's turn, or it's Councilmember Morgan's turn. But it's really up to you guys. It's your recognition. It's your ability to, or it's, at your discretion to choose somebody. Staff doesn't want to nag you over and over and over again. If you don't want to select somebody, that's okay. Or if you want to trade with people, that's okay. The goal is you can't do it more than once a year, just to make it equitable for all the council members. But that was kind of our idea there. But we did want to start, since Councilmember Lasky mentioned that he already has somebody for 2025, that he would be our first and only one this year. And then we start again in January and February. And how that rotation works, we would assign, at the same time we assign subcommittees and all those other things, we would select who would have those little sections. Sorry, I can't read that very well, so from my angle, but hopefully that covers it.
You're good. All right, questions, comments, concerns? Start here.
No, I'm good. I'm happy with the way it is.
Really like the way this came back. This is great. Go ahead.
I had one thing, and I think under the recognition, I'd like to see the $50 go up to 100. Just because if people do go out, and we all know you go out, if it's for a restaurant in Cloverdale, you take 2 people out, 3 people out, a family out, it's going to be well over $50. So if it's true recognition and telling them, hey, thanks for doing what you do, let's at least buy them dinner, and I'm thinking put it up to 100. It's my opinion.
And we even discussed internally, like, while a Visa card would be nice, of course, we wanted to stay within city limits if possible, and that's why we thought it'd be great to have gift cards for local, restaurants or shopping areas. But again, I think that would be within range, but we may have to come with a budget amendment. We'll look at it.
We
but
can get it.
It's only
Not that much.
$500 total, so I think we can find it.
Support that.
City manager, is that within your budget?
Yeah, I think we can manage that one.
It's got a low signing authority.
I'm going to open it up to the public. Is there anyone out here that would like to make any questions or have any questions, make comments? I'll bring it back. This is a program I'm excited to see. Cloverdale is a very tight-knit community, and there is nothing better than getting to recognize those that make this town happen. I know we've been pushing on it for about almost a year now, and so it's coming out. It's perfect, I think, and I look forward to however you want to line us up for this one. If Councilmember Lasky wants to be the primary and kick off, more power to it. I love it. So,
All lined up.
all right. So with that, any other comments or questions? Does anyone here want to make a motion with the change? Right.
Okay. I move to adopt by motion the Cloverdale Citizen Recognition Program, CCRP, as outlined in Attachment 1 with the change of the gift to $100 compensation.
I second that.
Perfect. All in favor? Actually, comments or questions? Nothing? All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0 with Councilmember Morgenstern absent. Thank you, guys, and thank you, city staff, for making these things happen.
Yeah, Mike.
They're just special things for our city that make it that much better. H2, consider authorization to purchase and install a portable office building at the Cloverdale Municipal Airport.
Mayor, council members, this request was, came to us. We identified some portable school classrooms that were being renovated from the current Jefferson School. And we looked at them, and they would meet a need that we have at the airport for some office area or for extra storage or whatnot. We're looking at turning, for sure, one, and if the council approves, two, into a rental revenue source at the airport. And so our current airport master plan does provide for an FBO and a terminal location at our airport, which these could be used for. We're also hoping to entice, a flight school, any type of youth interaction, things like that. Definitely getting people involved with the airport and getting some newer amenities at the airport. The two resolutions you have there, they would be a budget amendment resolution. These aren't budgeted items. I will say that we have budgeted $23,000 in fiscal year 24-25 and 25-26 for the airport manager's salary, which 24-25 and 25-26, we have not seen those budget impacts. So we're seeing a savings there. But these are ADA ramps on the front of them. They came from a school. They have air conditioning, lighting, and all that. So they'd be hauled in by the construction company and installed in the same manner. So that's what we're looking for, direction for that.
Questions?
Just a question, is there a proposed estimate of income that these can generate, or maybe a timeline on when they would pay for itself?
We're hoping to see, the rental, I don't know exactly what it would be, somewhere between the $800 to $1,000 range per month. We're hoping to see, so within 17 months to 20 months payback, we're hoping.
That's great. Thank you.
I like this idea. I've been down to the airport a few times, and it is something that's needed down there, and future projects going on around Cloverdale, that's definitely going to work for us down there. So yeah, I'm on board with this.
Are you looking to do 2 buildings or just the one?
At council's discretion.
Sorry, Derek?
At council's discretion, that you have the option for
There's 2
one or 2.
resolutions. We can choose either 1 building or 2.
Well, that's my question. Do we need 2 buildings? What's the staffing if we do 1 building versus staffing versus 2 buildings?
Well, it wouldn't be a staffed building. It'd be rental revenue.
Pardon me?
We would place them down there and then rent them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the install, does that include the
Delivery,
hookups, all
everything.
hookups?
Yep.
Man.
It does not include electrical hookup. That would have to be contracted out.
How about with the water? Because those, I think, have
No
sinks
water.
in them. Okay. Just the building set place, which is phenomenal priced already. I can vouch for that. I probably was the guy that installed these at the school.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So this is an incredible price for 2 great buildings. I think it's a heck of an idea to do too. When I didn't see that until this agenda popped out, and I was like, perfect. I love it.
Yeah, and it would be that matching set that's in the agenda packet.
Yeah.
You said you can do 2 of them for 32.
Yep.
And those are coming from Sacramento?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Questions or comments from the audience? Seeing none. Anyone else? Well, if anyone has a resolution in mind that they would like to try.
Just one note, sorry, Mr. Mayor, the resolution does not include a budget amendment. It just needs to note that it doesn't mention a budget amendment, but it does need to be a budget amendment to purchase these.
So you'll have to bring that back to us, or?
No, we won't have to bring it back, just acknowledgement that it's, it will be a budget amendment.
Right, and like he discussed, you said there was the income 2 years in a row that we could use towards it.
Yep.
That we had already budgeted. So I think it was about 9,000 that we were different.
Yeah, we'll have
if I
to
remember.
look exactly how much it's going to be.
Yeah, but around that amount.
Yeah.
So it's a budget of about 10 grand out of general fund. Is that what
It is general fund, yes.
Yes, general fund would fill the account, and then the airport would pay back general fund until that's paid off, and then it'll be airport revenue.
Can we hook them up in-house? Do we have that ability?
We have the ability. It's best that we contract that out.
Okay.
Just add in the comment that the ROI is really great for what the investment is on both buildings.
And they're going side by side, right? So if we're hooking up one, the second one's not going to be much different in price, as our electrical contractors would know.
There's the,
All right. Yeah. Just wanted it on the record. All right. Does anybody here want to make read a resolution that they might think would pass.
Motion to approve and read by title only, resolution of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with Anaya Construction for the purchase and installation of 2 portable office buildings at the Cloverdale Municipal Airport.
Second?
All right, we have a first and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Councilmember Morgenstern is absent. Thanks for finding these and making that happen.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, we'll move into council member reports. Anyone have anything? Go ahead.
So just got a report. August 28th, attended the Russian River confluence. As Michael Thompson kind of gave some background on that, convened with a wide variety of city officials, conservationists, and stakeholders to build a collaborative efforts and learn about how to create a thriving ecosystem around the Russian River watershed. September 11th, I attended the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce board meeting, proposed the idea of a career fair, and the board is signed on to move forward. I'll be reaching out to the high school next and getting some plans on how we're going to move forward with that. September 18th, we had the Zero Waste Sonoma board meeting. Staff presented to the board their full design of the future household waste facility to be built in Windsor off Shiloh Road. This facility will fill in the gap in North Sonoma County, providing easier access for residents to manage their household waste. So it's a drop-off location instead of having to go all the way down to Petaluma or wait till an event comes around every year or 6 months to not have this stuff pile up in our homes. And also the work with the Cloverdale Food Pantries kind of blossomed into a collaborative effort with the Grange Hall and Heaven's Closet Thrift Store, along with District 4 supervisors on working on a collaborative solution to solve the challenges that are faced by all these groups currently to maybe come together under the Grange Hall and have the roof repaired. And this would certainly be an opportunity to keep the thrift store in town. And they would also maybe potentially help fund some of the needs that the food pantry has. So all that's in the works.
Great, thank you. That is a great report and great to hear. I know there's a lot of community that's concerned about the thrift store and our food pantry is a big deal. So thank you. Anyone else?
I don't have nothing to report as all my meetings were in-house canceled and beyond canceled.
Vice Mayor?
Same.
All right, we're going to move on to legislative reports, letters of support or opposition. There was a letter of support for Alexander Valley Healthcare, the Measure O Behavioral Health and Homelessness Pathways to Sustainability application. It was something they needed to move forward with their grant process.
Correct. It was, yep.
City manager report.
It's a little premature, but just want to let everyone know that we are working with the chamber to do a really fun Halloween event downtown. We're going to close the street. We're going to decorate the stage, and at the stage is where the city will be handing out candy. So if any council members want to participate, more to come on that, but just wanted to throw it out there. It's a little early, but we're starting planning on it already. So that's all.
Last year was huge, so thank you. It's going to be great. City attorney, nothing to report. Council direction on any future agenda items.
I would just like to, after talking to Resilient Cloverdale, being involved with that, I would like to see the council or bring it up to and do a critical call list. No, we're not talking everybody, but the people that really need to be on the call list, whether it be, and bring that to council and see what they come up with and who they think need to be on there. But I'd like to adopt one, emergency-wise, school-wise, fire-wise, everything. We've just got a go-to list that people can call, and those are the crucial people to call. So I'd like to see that come up, and we can either bring it on future agenda item or sit down, Kevin and I, and run it by. So
I think that's something that's probably small enough to do through Kevin, and then if we have to have approval, or if you guys can't come to any type of discussions that you agree on. But I think that's something.
Yeah, we can work on it.
You guys could do it.
We'll bring it back if we need to, but I don't think we will.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the City Council, and this meeting is adjourned at 7:17.